with the removal of wraps, which basically adds Ice Palace, I believe King's Tomb also requires the myths logically. Actually, maybe that's not correct. No, because you can always.
I don't think it does.
You can always
but,
do the. Yeah, so it really is just Ice Palace and. Jeez. Brain fart. Ice Palace and Smith. And I think most likely the biggest is because Ice Palace is required in so many. In a much higher percentage of seeds now.
Yeah.
Well, Ice Palace is required 30% of seeds because it's a crystal, which puts the myths in as a required item so much more often. So you're more likely to see progression behind them.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way.
Shield.
Let's go.
Yeah. So Gamma here catching up on the stuff Tam has already done in the light world. So he has his hammer now. He's about to get his sword and his powder.
Oh, Tam almost overrolled that.
That would have been awkward.
Does Gamma know the Tam's plan for the sword? I feel like he probably will just get sword item and then come back with the sword later, maybe.
I have to assume he knows that.
I know.
I'm sure he knows that swim clipping is a thing, and he's racing Tam, right? So he has to know that Tam has done it. But I don't know if Gamma's ever learned it.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I think there's a death. That's
so
good. That's actually probably on purpose. Like honestly. Yeah, Tam's gonna go do cat.
Oh, he does. He does have mitts. So even if he wants to go back to Dark World, it's fine. Yeah. So when you die in a dungeon, in glitched modes or in vanilla, and Aga's not dead, the game resets your world state, depending on Aga. So if Aga's not dead, it puts you in the light world. But obviously Tam was in Thieves Town, which is a Dark World dungeon. So he leaves Thieves Town. He's on the Dark World map. But the second he transitions, it's going to put him into the light world map. So from here, if he transitions down, he's going to end up by the library, which I don't know if he's done yet.
Yeah, I saw someone else do this in this tournament where they combined doing Kakariko with a Dark World, or with a Vu Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town did, and it was pretty cool. I think a lot of times there's just so much stuff in Kakariko, it's hard to dodge early, but it works out sometimes. In this scene, it's working out really well for Tam.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting that he's skipping the back of Thieves Town, though, because this literally won him game 2 from Gamma not getting the fire rod there. But
it might be what you said, though, that Tam has the mitts, so...
he can get back there very easily through the Dark World portal.
That might be literally the reason why. I don't know.
Could be.
Good question to ask.
But Gamma's going to struggle a lot more than Tam does here in this route because he does not have a sword.
There was one in chess game, so...
Oh, yeah, true. Yes, he will find that one. Which I believe Skullwoods is a crystal. Yeah, so if he finds a fire source, he can double back and clear out Skullwoods if he wants to. So Tam's now catching up on all the stuff Gamma did, so we'll probably see them equalize a bit, but I think this sword advantage is going to matter for a little while. Gamma's not really going to find himself in a good position to efficiently get that sword again, unless he's doing like vanilla Ice Palace, like swimming there with the mitts, or he has a mirror and goes there from Catfish after like Dark Death.
Oh yeah, that's a good way. I feel like this is a good. This is going to be a good learning experience race from Gamma if he watches it back.
Swim clipping.
We've seen some really cool routing too. So.
Logic, but super useful. There's quite a few interesting checks you can do with it that most people want to do anyway. They just make it a little easier to do. So like where you saw Tam swim clip to get the sword, normally you have to pick which one you want to check, because with water walking you can clip into the wall, which is the way most people know, and kind of hop the ledge to get to that item. But if once you talk to Zora and get his item, it drops the water walk. So historically, you've had to kind of make the gamble on which one you wanted to grab. But with swim clipping, you can now do both.
Oh, good. So the powder didn't matter. Classic. So Tam left after getting the bombs in Schoolwood's map chest, or compass chest, I mean. But Gamma's still moving on, so there must have been an item in Big Chest. Oh, was it the shield or something? Oh, Gamma doesn't have a sword, so that chest is like kind of crappy to do. Okay.
Yeah. I did not catch if he got a second item in Skullwoods, but
I think Big Key
back.
Chest had a shield, and that's why. Because Tam, I was wondering because Tam went to Compass Chest and then just like left, and so I was like, "There's no way they would have done that." No, there's the shield. Yeah, I don't know that actually. I have no idea.
Yeah. So Tam's doing the desert clip here from race game to desert. Will not be able to clear desert because no fire source, but can clear everything else out in this area. Normally you would have to come back for checkerboard cave at a later date, but he has the gloves, so
yeah, that's actually really nice because that check's actually not that bad in this mode, but still it becomes a one-off very quickly. And in this mode, there's so much density usually that you can just go do everything.
Exactly. Yeah, you're spoiled for density in most cases, so it's weirdly enough it's a little more punishing when you skip a one-off and it has something than you would expect. Totally. Just because it's hard to justify going, I'm going to checkerboard cave instead of 20 chests in GT basement,
Right, yeah. And no, that's a really great way to put it. Spoiled for density.
Yeah. Before you know it, you've lost 5 minutes full clearing Ganon's tower. Which is not good, so.
Not unless you like having a higher collection rate than your opponent.
Yeah. So here's the moment of truth. Does Gamma full clear Thieves Town this time?
Does he believe? Well, does he have anything else after this? Is a different question.
He can do the South Dark World loop into
Hype Cave.
Yeah, I don't think he's done. So he can do like Dig Game, Myers.
Well, he can't though. You can't Death Word.
No, but he could just leave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. That's what he's doing.
Another reason why having the mirror is very nice in this mode, even though mirror is not really required either. Hard required. Yeah, he's in trouble. If we get okay, that's
now he can't
have to use a potion in this mode, but
yeah, seriously. Oh wait, I saw you did Smith Chain with green potion. How does that work? Is the green and red potion like different?
No, so
I've only learned it with the red potion. So
the green and red potion do the same effect, but they behave differently with what they do when you use them. So overruled green YBA will refill your health and magic, similar to using a blue potion.
Okay.
Whereas doing it with the red potion will trigger like the fade out scene, like you would get in like, opening Desert Palace.
Gotcha.
But other than that, they behave the same way. They do the same thing.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So it actually seems like using a green potion, overworld YBA for Smith Chain is probably better because then you get a refill and stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's faster because you don't have to do the fade out for sure.
Yeah.
Nice. I guess unless you're missing a bunch of life, then maybe it's slower, but. So Gamma is checking Meyer. Yep. If Meyer's Bombos, he could open it, which will give him access to Hera, top of Hera.
Maybe. Well, access, but not. Oh no, he doesn't have fire, and I don't think he knows the citrus.
Yeah, rip.
Dash citrus. Yeah. So you can get there with dash citrus, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can clip the left side of the wall. That's how people used to do it before all the bomb clipping shenanigans were figured out. But you're right. If he only knows the right side one, he will need to be able to move the wall for that.
So either way, it's Ether. It looks like so. Oh, hey, Ether. Hello.
There's surely no way he's going to go back, though. I think he will. Wow. I think he's going to go to Hype Cave. Yeah.
We are kind of running out of stuff, though, right?
Yeah, in terms of overworld, for sure. It's not in logic, but if he knew, someone mentioned in chat, Specs did that he just taught Gamma how to do the pyramid swim clip. So I wonder if we'll see Gamma do the past the hammer pegs and do the swim clip of the pyramid into pyramid ledge.
Yeah, if you there's red cane. If you depending on how comfortable you are with that glitch, the screen transition breaks when you set it up. Sometimes, not always, but you can there's a visual cue for it to like know that it's broken. But if you transition or not transition, if you swim north incorrectly, you can end up hard locking very quickly. So it can be a very
Correct.
dangerous glitch if you don't understand
The
it very
way
well.
back, yeah, the way back can also break. Like if he wanted to go to catfish afterwards, he needs to make sure he walks
doing it.
far enough down after the screen, because your camera will still be broken and you can still lock.
And it's not broken.
Unfortunately, yep, he's good here. So after this point, if he wants to go back from here,
oh, this isn't gonna work.
he'll need to. Nope, he'll need to scroll down. That actual thing, unfortunately, happened in checks in one of his races, and he lost a couple minutes of progress. But
Oof.
one of those things that like happens one time, and then oh, there we go.
That first time Gamma was just impatient. He pressed left too quickly.
Yeah, exactly. You can always tell when it works or not because you don't get the normal swim acceleration when swim clip is active. Like you won't speed up by holding a direction, so it's usually pretty easy to tell right away that you've messed it up.
Okay. In an earlier race in this tournament, I was watching Tam got mirror in that check.
Oh boy, here we go.
Gross.
He's leaving. Please fix your camera, Gamma.
Wait, did he? He didn't check. Oh no, pyramid gets checked on the way, didn't it?
Yeah. Gamma.
How would he fix it? Just walk up and down, up down.
Walk down. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he's not even going north.
Oh, he's going to hammer peg.
He did walk far enough down to fix it. I think you just need to like line up at the bottom of that.
Okay, so this is what hammer pegs. That's it.
Yep, for sure, hammer pegs.
Okay. Actually, this is the same route I did in my my last match. One of my last matches.
Yeah. This is the logical way to get to hammer pegs when you don't have the mitts. There is a faster way to get to it. You can do a wrap from Village of Outcasts, but you can't escape very easily. You need the hook shot, or you have to swim clip.
Oh, he's doing it. No, wait, what are you doing? Hold up left. Oh,
yeah.
Shoot. Oh, okay.
Yep. Up right, I think as well. I've always held upright, but I guess up left is just fine too.
So there's two very consistent ways, if you're curious, that I've either learned or talked to other people. If you are swimming full speed to the left on the bottom like pixel of that screen, as soon as you transition, if you hold up left, you'll actually be popped into inbounds again. And if you
controlled by boulders.
The way that I like taught myself, if you will, was if you're just holding down left but facing down, you'll go very slowly as you transition. Once you transition, you just let go of all buttons and you'll pop into inbounds.
Oh, that's interesting.
One is slower than the other.
Completely, yeah, it's like completely foolproof though. So if what happened to Gamma ever happens to you, if you're trying this mode, the Royal You, whoever, much like Dead Rocks, just dash to the left and come back. Those boulders will not stop coming, and if you're like centered on the screen while they're raining down, there's a very high chance of just repeatedly dropping on your head, which is extra bad for when you're doing boot clips because you'll clink the sword and it'll knock you out of where you're trying to go. So what should have been like a 1.5 second clip for Gamma unfortunately turned into like a 20-second ordeal.
Yeah. This is not a clip I know. Where is Tam going?
I guess just doing a quick way to get to
Ice Palace?
Like a swim clip without the flippers. Like a fake flipper, funny auto swim thing.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, because they can beat Ice Palace now, and it's a crystal. Yeah, our first crystal. Oh, that was a really fast setup for that long. Tam's like kind of good at glitches, huh?
Yeah, Tam is pretty good. I believe Tam. I'd have to check the Discord. I haven't really, until this tournament, I haven't really run much glitch races for years, but I believe Tam has won a tournament in this if not this mode, in one of these modes. So this is an out of logic check for Tam because we still don't know where the real mitts are. But you know, with Red Cane, it's swamp. Ice is a really quick full clear if you can icebreaker it, and if you find a key in one of the first like few chests, so you can do like the drop down. But Green Mail, Hammer, Cold Stare should, or I guess Master Sword makes it a little easier, but
yeah, it's not the most exciting fight. For sure.
Green Mail, Cold Stare is a bit dicey sometimes. Luckily, they are still on the tournament laggy ROM, so they'll have a little more breathing room if you mess up the corners.
Yeah, that's by the way, that's 2 items. Got 320 rupees so far.
Very nice. Meanwhile, Gamma doing front of Thieves Town, or geez, Turtle Rock. This is obviously not Thieves Town. Nice stair clip.
Yeah, Gamma. You can't. He could die in here, but
yeah, interesting choice to go into the front. I mean, there is a chest you can do in the front.
Yeah, he's leaving. He doesn't want to die. I think he's going to GT or.
Well,
yeah.
he's key blocked. He's key blocked now.
Right, but he could have.
He did get the. Oh yeah, right. So the fact that he didn't Death Warp, I wonder if he's going to catfish or if he's going to go through the middle TR, because he does have the big key, so he can get to.
Oh, that's true.
Because big key was in Chomps, I
this is
think
logical,
that's in logic.
Yeah,
because he came in through the
he had the
front,
medallion
so
too, so.
But you don't have the fire rod, so I'm not sure how those keys work out, but I'm pretty sure. Either way, he's going to catfish.
Okay. Got it. Although we'd have to think about this more.
PR logic is complicated.
It's very complicated in this mode.
I do know you need 4 keys to get to the front of TR without the medallion from the back, logically. But that's... And then you need... I believe all of the keys to get the laser bridge, too? Logically?
3 keys for laser bridge.
3. Yeah. So...
And the lamp.
Those are...
Logic.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Those
bow.
are the
That's actually
big
super
ones.
nice. Tam can now go beat Baki.
Yeah. Yep, so...
Which is looking likely to have some progression, honestly.
Yeah. Depending on where the other bow is, I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, but great example of when sequence breaking is very beneficial. Obviously, Ice Palace out of logic, you could say, why are you doing checks that the game doesn't expect you to do yet, but you have to do it anyway, and he found a bow, so now he doesn't have to double tip like Pod or Eastern or anything if he doesn't want to. Which, if he goes to Eastern...
Oh, yeah, he's going to Pod.
Yeah, he's going to Pod.
Okay.
So no mirror, but
down,
I don't think we've seen... We saw Saha from one of them, I think.
No, they both did. They both opened Saha.
Oh, okay. So we're probably not going to see them head over in that direction to do Eastern. Especially since it's a pendant.
Oh, good. And out of logic, Spiky. We have Burna. Yeah, Burna was kind of right there. I forgot about that.
Cam is Burna. This is out of logic for Gamma, which is weird.
Where was
Burna?
Burna?
He doesn't Burna. Okay. I am.
Ooh, flute does nothing.
It's always so exciting to go, oh, cool, and then you realize it's the flute.
Yeah.
Flute is absolutely not required in any way in this mode. In fact,
we were doing 4, 5. We did 6 last time. Can we break our record?
Oh my god, Gamma!
5, 6.
I have to
7?
think he's doing this on purpose.
8. He might be 9.
He's doing this for us.
10.
I wish I could see his.
Okay, no, he's like done. He's done.
He doesn't have enough magic though.
Did they patch spin speed? Did they?
No.
Only for
it
Gamma.
sure seems like it. Gamma famously had this exact same problem in a previous match, where it took him like 9 tries to spin speed out of Spike Cave. So I thought maybe he was doing it on purpose. But we are getting GT. Nope.
Yeah, so this is what I was thinking. Like he can do most of GT right now,
Yeah.
and getting to
He can't
GT,
do
well,
rights.
unless you take this long to clip it, it's pretty fast to get to.
He would have to bomb jump the left side because I don't think he can hover. He can't do the right
Yeah.
side at all. But and very few of these items are in logic without the hook shot.
Yeah,
So
it's like 3.
it could be huge though. I feel like I've seen progression in tile rooms so much this tournament.
Okay.
That who knows.
Good powder.
My last race actually had hammer in this room.
Oh wow, really? I think Gamma just set up Spooky there, dashing for the powder, just to make sure it's tolerant and all its GT.
So we're finally getting the rest of the right side of pod. So I think there's
So nothing in pod is
just a
full
compass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of interesting to know, considering where
the dark maze, because there's a key.
No, the one okay,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
Okay, calm down, yeah. Wait.
Wow.
Oh, we didn't have a
That's
key. I was like, why
huge.
did you? Yeah,
No.
it's pretty big.
That is absolutely huge. The problem with that is I don't really see Tam missing that. We'll see. It would depend on what he finds. Because they do need the ice rod too. So.
Oh, they sure do. Ice rod is fun in this mode, huh?
Yeah. The thing is that not having the fire source might push Tam away from GT. He might be waiting for a fire source, but if he finds the lamp, he might do it anyway.
Tam just got a full heart refill in Dark Man's Pod.
You'd love to see it.
Oh, it's like the most brutal thing that can ever happen in this game.
He came in through the big chest side, so it's not as bad.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're leaving anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. So Gamma hitting up the last. 3, 2. So if this has a key, it does. So I believe Ice Armors is a trick. Ice Armors, I think, requires Fire Rod and Samaria, or Hookshot and Hammer, and 3 small keys. And then the 4 chest rooms require 4 small keys.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I think that's how it works for some reason. Yeah, exactly. So I believe Gamma only had 3 small keys in his chest so far. So this is all hookshot locked.
Yep, it's hookshot locked, and I was gonna say, and if a small key's here, then the big key could be in random room or in any of the 4 locked chests. I think only become just the one, just random room becomes 3 locked. It's dumb. I don't know. GT.
Right, but random room does still need the hookshot. So compass room probably isn't in logic.
Yeah,
without the hookshot, which I think he'll probably recognize. Gamma usually does pretty good with key logic.
Ooh, that's nice.
Nice sword. So if he wants tempered, he knows where it's at.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he scouted that sword earlier, and considering that no swap's not intended.
Although I doubt we'll see him go for it unless he gets the flippers. Because he'll have to arm a water walk since he doesn't know the swing flip.
Yeah.
Or he'll have to go all the way around and do like the double hop over.
Oh yeah, if he gets a bow yeah, that's pretty nasty actually.
It's a massive amount of time. I think he could do it with his. I don't think I've tried that setup with the fire rod. It probably doesn't work because you need it to linger for too long.
Let's book fire rod. Yeah, I don't think so. Because, well, if you set up the water walk initially and then do it, I think it's okay.
Well, the problem is once you pop, because you still need it to be like active, where the bow and arrow linger for long enough for you to actually do the hop into the water, then hop over the ledge. Gamma, wait for them to start moving. There you go. So I fully predict this is going to be the go-to Armos strat in the fast ROM once that rolls out. Just because Burnout Armos is so good.
It is, yeah. Especially
if you don't have a bow, I don't think anything's really going to be faster. It's possible, like Gold Sword. If you're
speaking of bows,
there's the other bow.
Okay.
So that bow is in logic. with Gamma's loadout because of his keys. 3 small keys, which I believe he found, and
I
Fire
think
Rod
2 of them
Slam.
were in the Emery.
Oh, yeah, that requires
Or-
hookshot. You're right. You're right. So yeah.
Oh,
hookshot,
but he
lock-
kind of messed up because he didn't get the big keys. The big goodbye forever big chests.
Yeah. I doubt he could pick it up pretty quickly after Compass Room. It's not. It's
Oh, wait
kind
a
of
minute, wait a
annoying, but
minute.
it's not like
No,
the
it's
worst
a
in
small
the world.
key. Unless there's a small key in vanilla, then oh, that's not true. Never mind. Sorry. It's either. Sorry, I'm talking very quickly. Mini Homa, Pre-Moldorm, or Big Chest as a small key at this point. Unless there's a small key in Compass Room. It's tricky. Key logic's weird, even in non-keys modes.
So Tam about to get his flute.
That's actually a little more useful for Tam, actually. Because
Yeah,
we're gonna have to be on a Demire, like almost for sure.
Tam might activate that because getting Demire sucks unless he wants to do the. Like, it might be faster to just dash from Sanctuary to CAC, activate the flute, and go to Mire that way than it is to do the super, the swamp DMD.
Oh, so Gamma. Okay, excuse me. Gamma doesn't hover, and he doesn't want to hold our mounts, but he could have beaten GT just now. And he knows that GT itself, the climb, is hookshot locked. So, like you said, there was 4 small keys required that he didn't have.
So, I am going to GT. I don't anticipate him skipping Tile Room, so I think he's going to find his Fire Rod, which...
Oh, looks like Gamma's going for a pod now, which makes sense.
Yeah. So, honestly, it might come down to where the hook shot obviously is going to be logically required, but they don't need to beat Swamp Palace, so...
Oh, yeah.
They technically don't need it, unless it's blocking another item, but...
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see where this Ice Rod is, because I think that's going to be the big determiner here in the seed, is who finds the Ice Rod.
Yeah.
I would definitely say Gamma's
Oh, sorry.
Not yet, no. I was going to say, I definitely think Tam's got a pretty nice lead with having 2 dungeons done already, even though otherwise they're about equal. So...
Yeah, and with the way you route GT in this mode, it's like Tam's full playing GT, and can't go right. I don't know why that's funny, but
the cool thing about that situation is if you blow up, you can destroy the last tile right away before the hand drops, which spawns the chest. So you can very easily, like, it's a free mirror basically. Without the mirror, if you time it properly, you never have to wait and like manually walk out. You can just get grabbed. It's pretty nice.
It's the hover. Okay, I think that, like, I know Tam hovers, but I feel like that's kind of a warm-up of like, I can beat GT now, I'm going to make sure that I can hover.
Yeah, so that bomb jump is actually kind of finicky. When the first time I tried to bomb jump it, you have to like line up really weirdly. One of the tiny, it's like a tile and a half gap, and it's like one of those gaps that is just easier to hover than to bomb jump for sure.
Yeah, especially if you have like a somewhat reasonably consistent hover.
I'm mentioning Gamma getting silvers in Ice Palace. It's entirely possible because Gamma doesn't have the mirror, and I know he has told me in the past that he does not like doing bottle wrap for Ice Palace and may have never bothered learning it. And he doesn't have the flippers, and I doubt he knows the flipperless setup either if he didn't learn the bottle setup. So Gamma
this
might
was
actually...
huge in my last race. Like you even made a video for people to learn it and stuff.
Yeah, Gamma might not go to Ice Palace for quite a while, and he might be in go mode when he finally does, so he might not get the silvers. And if he doesn't go back for that Tempered Sword either, it's possible he might just be doing Master Sword scanning.
But silvers were
really
on the boss. So.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
So he'll look back into him, you know.
Yeah.
It'll all work out, as they say. I'm curious about something here. Like in the situation they're in, like Fire Rod is in logic.
Mhm.
which puts Hera in logic of all places. And
Not necessarily.
it doesn't it because you. Oh, you're right. Yes, because if there's a small key on Vitreous.
Yeah, but now that they have a, yeah, they might technically need the lamp, but realistically,
Right.
yes.
Right, yeah.
There's
So
an-
lamp would guarantee that Hera is in logic now. So would you be thinking about that? You say, okay, I'm going to beat Pod in Gamma's situation. I'm going to go beat Pod and then Meyer and Hera and stuff like it's like my next play.
I would not be considering the lamp whatsoever personally.
Right. So
Hopefully I
does Meyer
remember
make sense to
like
you in the next?
I would probably do Meyer just because it's full clearable and it would get me to Hera as well, since you don't have the hook shot.
Mhm.
And then I would just hope that if that situation came up and Vitreous had a required item that blocks something else, I would remember that Vitreous needed the lamp, so not to check dark rooms
Right.
for, something. But I don't know what else that could be at this point.
Yeah, so we can beat Skull, Desert, Hera. We can beat everything except Turtle Rock.
Except Turtle Rock, yep.
Oh,
The good old Ice Rod hunt.
yeah, it's like a legit Ice Rod Hunt plus being able to get past Multi-2 Ice Rod.
Probably doesn't matter. We can't beat Swamp Palace either.
Ooh, Gamma. You know, sometimes you get hit, it does a lot of damage, but it's fine. What is this? Bow when you have Tempered? Oh, he doesn't have Tempered.
Yeah, and he's scared of dying.
You know, I've heard there's a strat that if you have Master Sword and bow and boots and a hammer, you can defeat Helma. That's it's used in a certain mode, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Gamma doesn't know that, I guess. So.
Gamma's never played that mode in his life.
Does get a dungeon done. We're kind of like dungeons are not being free to us today. They're just like being very slow.
Yeah. I'm checking Hookshot Cave. There's only one chest here in right now, but I am a fan of this because obviously hookshot's required for most of GT.
Everything else, yeah.
So it's not unlikely that it's blocking another item.
Oh, hate to see it.
And he leaves.
Yeah,
which is fine. If you're not really feeling the hover,
wait,
it's
Gamma
usually
open
just
that chest.
The which
Oh, the arena ledge. He knew it was a small key and dodged it. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I never would have even thought to do that. Actually, that's really cool. You can do that in this mode.
Yeah, it works out really well in HMG because you can always open the first door.
Yeah.
So
Save, like,
you can either like rush right or rush like the vanilla B key chest and kind of just hope you get to skip one of them because you find your 2 non-keys right away. I'd say that happens very often.
Yeah,
Tam doing
I like
Scudge Woods.
Oof, there you go. And don't go right. All right, first try.
Very nice round. This is a clip from Turtle Rock directly to the back of Skull Woods. Your camera's busted, so you can't get to the actual like Mothula entrance here because it requires you to walk right at one point, which will hardlock your game. But you can open it in case that matters. But also you could just walk into the entrance and that back entrance there and fix your camera, which is perfectly fine too.
Yeah, I know Gamma taught me that like a long time ago when we were talking about that stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. That's the risk of hard lock's high enough for me to not consider it because there's, I don't know, it's not slow to get to Skull Woods from other ways.
All right, Gamma officially full clearing his first crystal as Tam is getting its third. So, trying to think of good options for Gamma here to make up for this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
That's huge, actually.
That's more of a massive convenience thing.
Yeah.
But
like if Gamma was there now, it'd be huge, but he's not, so it's actually not that big a deal. Because Tam, that does like nothing for Tam, honestly.
Yeah, I fully expect Tam's going to continue his crystal hunt here, and if that's
Mhm.
the case, then I feel like he's just 2 dungeons
I think
ahead
that,
of
you know,
Gammachuu.
it could be on Ped, I guess.
Ice Rod could be on Ped, and it is not.
I feel like it's so rare. I could not imagine I shot on Ped HMG. Oh, oh. How does that clip work the way Gamma did it? Do you just tap up and
It's
then
just,
you transition?
yeah, you
Or does
just
it
need
matter?
to have it snap you into the transition, basically.
Okay.
Clip's weird, so sometimes you need to press a different direction. Like, if you're in terrain, sometimes pressing down will snap you up, etc.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
Yeah. But I expect Tam
I
to
don't
wait
know
on
that
it.
clip, so I dodge it and go around the corner.
It's a weird way to get there. It's not bad if you're already in that spot, but most people would have just gone like the way Tam is going, but in the Dark World. So he's going to clear desert and then probably flip up and go through the portal into Mire, is my guess. And then Hera after that. So he's basically getting his 6 crystals right here. Gamma also in Mire. Mire first, but we'll see what he finds. He really needs Ice Rod to be in a kind of a ridiculous location at this point. But he doesn't have much of a reason to go to any ridiculous locations. So it's hard to, like, say Ice Rod was in Swamp Palace or something, right? There's not really any reason to justify going there over doing the 5 crystal dungeons you can full clear. So I'm worried that for the sake of him winning this race, he's just going to be chasing Tam's tail the entire season.
Yeah, like basically, you know, they're both routing in a way that's smart for what they're doing, and if Ice Rod doesn't happen before Gamma starts doing everything Gamma's already done, it's really bad for Gamma.
It could also be a situation where maybe Gamma finds the hook shot, and Ice Rod's in hook that cave, and Tam doesn't get there for quite a while since he failed to hover.
I wonder, I
believe he's already done TR.
Yeah, I think I would guess that Tam would know that Gamma doesn't have, but maybe not. I actually don't know. I feel like he's one of the more Gammachuu is one of the more vocal, I guess you would call it, people in the community that claims like on cover and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
That's the.
I would say that would make him. Yeah, I'd say that make him less likely Tam goes back to hookshot cave because he's going to be like, well, Gamma's not doing this either until we find the hook shots. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, Tam heading over to Mire.
So Tam never activated the flute, huh?
No, he just comboed it right from desert. There could have potentially been an argument for doing the upper teleport there after desert and activating it, but at this point, I don't think it really matters too much. Like the biggest benefit of it is getting to Mire, which he's already here. So
yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. So Beat Skullwoods, to me, it's Beat Skullwoods activate flute and then flute over to do Desert Mire because it's like crazy convenient with gloves and with mitts in here.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good point because he did get the mirror off Mothula, so he definitely could have just taken that opportunity to activate it. It's
I don't know. Just seems
probably
like
not
pretty
wrong.
efficient, but maybe not.
Yeah. It's hard in this mode. It's hard to figure out when activating the flute is actually saving you time. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
sure.
at the very least, it's not going to be massive at this point.
So I've been paying like zero attention to Mire. There's a small key there. Cool. Oh wait, that had to be the last small key. Never mind, because big key was vanilla. There they are. All 3 just showed up literally in the last second. So Hera is in logic.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. New logic. Let's go. That's new logic, right? With big key, vanilla, and
not
and, big chest having a small key.
That
having the third small key. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So the logic is getting updated so that Hera or Swamp, I guess technically, if you need to clip into Swamp, it always requires the first chest always requires 3 misery or something like that.
Oh yeah,
but I don't
kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't
Unless
think
it's
that
the
changes
small key,
in
right?
this ROM. Exactly, yeah, and I don't think that changes in this version of the ROM. That's in the ROM version, which they are not playing on at the moment.
Yeah, we're playing old prom or old whatever old version, tournament version.
Yeah, correct. There is a vote going on though to decide if we should switch to the fast ROM for the remainder of the tournament or not. So if that passes, might get to see some lag-free action in this mode.
That'd be fun. Have you played it?
I have not personally, but that's also because I haven't played at all this week. I've been playing Sea of Stars instead. So, but once we figure out, because for anyone who doesn't know, yes, Gamma does have Bruno. For anyone who doesn't know, Beer is my next opponent.
That's true.
But
It's our turn to fight.
yeah, until kind of been waiting to practice, so to speak, until we know what version we're going to be playing on.
That's fair too.
I don't think it'll make a terrible difference, but it could.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that anything interesting will happen with it. So okay, we got another crystal down.
Yep.
So Gamma goes back in and beats Hera, right?
For sure.
Okay, there we go.
Just because I don't remember what the key layout on Hera was, but
I know they don't have
had,
50, otherwise they would have beat it. Or Tam at least would have beat it.
And without the hookshot, this is like the only good. Having to come back to Meyer to do stuff afterwards, like a second time, or God forbid a third time, is miserable.
So okay, I have a question for you as a routing thought here. So in Tam's case, Tam has the mirror.
Yeah.
Would you consider go to Hera, open the big key door, but then go into Swamp and open all the doors in Swamp? And then just open all the chests on the way too and hook the ice rods in one of the front 4 chests? Or do you just say, screw Swamp, I'm just going to go beat Hera and then figure out what to do next?
Efficiency-wise, that's, I think, probably the best play. It depends on, because you don't necessarily need the Meyer keys. It depends on where the Hera key is.
Yeah.
So you could just steal the Hera key, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Gamma's opening chests in the Fire State. He obviously doesn't care. Or just kidding, he does. He doesn't realize what he's doing.
Yeah. So, if you know where the Hera small key is, or it's accessible, or you don't need it, or whatever, I would definitely say open. What is he? That's not. This is perhaps the slowest way to do this. I would say definitely just open the door and reclimb and go to Swamp from Hera, because that way.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because you only need one item, right? If you feel like you want to take a gamble and not having to go into Swamp.
Yeah, we're always resetting Hera.
Yep, he's just going to walk out and come back in.
Oh, so he opened all the doors, so in case the Hera small key, I don't remember if it's available.
Correct.
But either way, he can get it.
Yeah,
he doesn't have it. So.
Although, if the big key, I guess the big key has to be available. So never mind. It's either in the big chest, and it doesn't matter, or
Exactly. Yeah, at this point it doesn't matter because we saw that it's not in the big chest. So yeah, it's in one of the next.
But I think the worst layout here would be small key and big chest and big key on Moldorn, because then it's kind of hard to walk all the way back in for that small key. But if you're going to Swamp, I guess it's on the way. So I guess the actual worst would be small key and tile room.
Yeah, I actually don't hate. Oh, there's the big key. I don't hate.
Oh, he opened the big chest already. It was a compass. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. I don't hate doing those out of logic, or I don't know. They are out of logic, right? The swamp chests. No, they're not. You're allowed to open chests in a different dungeon state in this mode, logically.
Correct, but all of those.
I knew there's a but I forgot what it is.
All of those chests require you to have entrance access to Swamp. Require you to be able to access Swamp vanilla style.
Really?
In Swamp state, so you need the flippers.
Interesting. Okay, that's the part that was tricky to me that I wasn't sure about.
Yeah, so it can require you to open all the doors, but the actual chests themselves require you to be able to open them. There's like require you to be able to open them in Swamp State. There is a weird situation where like you have to open the big chest from Mire State, but you'll still have the flippers, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's exactly the situation I was thinking of, because I know that for example, the hook shot can be in the big chest, but the big key of Swamp can be in the back of Swamp, for example. That's the specific scenario.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Important thing to remember basically is that flippers are always required. Flippers cannot be in this.
Okay. Yep, that's the part that I was confused by, but that makes sense. Cool. We're all learning together. It's fine. So Gamma's checking the front of this. Does he go to Laser Bridge here? No, he doesn't have. No, he knows the non-mirror Laser Bridge wrap, right?
It would be shocking to me if he went to Laser Bridge.
Oh, he can go to
leaving and going through the middle, yeah, because he has the big key and he didn't do the back yet. So I would expect to see him check these, leave, and then going through the middle. Actually, I don't know if he's done lava chest
fire on
either,
there.
So maybe
it's a weird way to fire on. It's just a way to make the timing a little tighter than you need it to be.
Yeah, he might. If he leaves, he saves a key, so he might just leave. But if he finds like keys here,
oh, good.
Yeah, so he might go the vanilla style. Since it's all going to be in logic, he can't lock himself out or anything from here.
Yeah. Oh, get the magic! What are you doing?
Don't keep leaving.
Whatever. So what do you think? Gammon got the mirror shield, and Tam still only has one shield. What do you think about that?
I think that Gamma's going to have a much easier time on Laser Bridge.
That's true. Be really helpful.
Swamp key and Moldorm.
Oh, spin speed.
So Tam already did some of Turtle Rock, I think.
No, I don't think so, because they would have had another shield.
Yeah.
That was only 4 tries, by the way.
It'll be interesting to see if. Nope, never mind. I was going to say it'd be interesting to see if he goes into. Oh, he's going to Laser Bridge. Okay.
So this is a death warp for sure. You don't walk all the way back from Lava Chest, right? That's crazy. I feel like he's trying to save not death warping to go to Schoolwoods here, but I feel like it's at this point just going to start losing time if he keeps doing it. Oh, there's Laser Bridge. Okay, so this is a big moment here. If Vice Rod's here, we're done. Oh, there you go.
Also,
imagine if we had Mirror Shield.
Yeah, exactly. Tam has the mirror, so can very easily do Mimic Cave as well.
Oh, yes. That is a chest, as far as I understand. Oh, he's death warping again. That is hard, requires the mirror.
Ooh, that is
gross.
No, that requires the lamp.
It's not, yeah, you need the lamp. It's fine, it'll be in crystal. It's fine.
So do you sequence break the lamp, or do you keep checking stuff until the lamp shows up? Because that could be a junk flippers.
Yeah. I think in a way that's, I don't know. He's not doing Skull. Actually, kind of weird, honestly. I don't know why Gamma's not doing Skull.
I feel like they've checked so much stuff at this point that it seems it's more likely, I think, that those flippers are junk than they are required. But I've been horribly wrong before, so we'll see.
Yeah, because flippers don't actually open anything except Swamp. Maybe there's another glove in Swamp to put ice in logic or something stupid.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, anyway, I don't think you can do mirrorless mimics, right? In this mode? You need like escalator clip or whatever it's called.
Well, that's not allowed, but there's
not
a
in this mode,
I think for it. I want to say that's really silly. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But I don't know why anyone would ever do like that. Just seems excessive.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's it. So Ice Rod is not in Turtle Rock. Gamma's probably going to do Skullwoods and Desert. I feel like it's going to come down to who does Swamp and who does Eastern, is my guess. Because there's kind of not much else for there to be checked, really.
Yeah. So Gamma activating Flute here.
Makes more sense for him.
Yeah, it makes sense, but also what that signals in a way to me is that he's going to go back to the Dark World here to beat Skull and slow it. Because this like dipping the glove is like crazy good time save in this scene.
Yeah. He is doing hammer pegs because he failed the first time. Or powder, sorry. Not hammer pegs.
Oh, right.
But he still does need
nobody did hammer pegs, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hyrule Castle.
We haven't seen any of this, actually.
Wow. Hey, at some point in an HMG, really right around the hour mark, you kind of just start assuming all of the light world is done.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen any of this. This is the two
Especially if it's an ice rod.
Yeah, they didn't do Dark Cross as far as I know from Hera.
No.
They haven't done... Gloves have been in Logic. Did we see any? I think we saw them do Back of Escape.
Tam did Back of Escape, correct.
Yeah. Gamma, where are you going? Checkerboard? Oh, he is the shovel.
Yeah, Tam checked that actually well. Actually.
Is this Dragon Quest MSU?
You know I don't.
I feel like when I played Dragon Quest,
Skyward
11,
Sword.
The only thing I remember about it is the overworld, the blaring, like, horns in the overworld, which just reminds me a lot of.
I guess the original one you're talking about?
No, Dragon Quest 11.
Oh, yes.
The most,
right.
I think it's the most recent one. I don't think they've made it. Yeah, maybe they have.
Where is Game? Oh, he's going to beat Desert. Yes. Because he doesn't know the left side flip, which I actually don't.
Yeah, there's a bump to get up there, but it's not... I mean, if you're checking all the other stuff anyway. We don't know where the mitts are. Tam duped the mitts, and nobody has found them yet.
You know, it's funny, too, because... Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Sort of vanilla lamp. For anyone who has not played the vanilla game, the lamp is coded to be in any of the first 3 chests if you haven't picked it up yet. So the Link's House chest will be the lamp if you open that one. If you do not have it, then the chest next to Uncle will be the lamp. And if you do not get it there, then Zelda's cell will be the lamp. So that is technically a vanilla lamp. Which puts everything in Logic. So nice. So we might see a swamp play here. Nope. Alright, wrong again. Unless he's super hopping to swamp, which doesn't make sense, because it would be faster to go from Link's House. Oh, we don't know. He hasn't opened the door. Yeah, we don't know what the... Oh, he might be beating GT into Pyramid, maybe. Or...
GTTR Chucky? No,
going...
no, did we sell that already?
He didn't clear it, though. Maybe he's just going back just to cover his bases?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, he didn't
look, first try.
Oh, he didn't do Mimic.
Oh, Mimic. Okay. It's kind of... This is exactly what we were talking about earlier with, like, the spoiled by density. Like, this is a super crazy isolated one-off.
Yeah, I thought for sure he did it when he was full clearing TR, but I guess not. Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's obviously really bad for
So
Gammachuu. So.
Gamma's never finding that.
Yeah.
That's uh, that's go mode for Tam. Tam's gonna do TR here, and then clear GT and then kill Ganon. And I fully expect Tam will be done within like the next 10 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah. So does this is this one of those ice rods always in TR memes? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I guess so. There was a version of the randomizer a long time ago where, for whatever reason, there's like a bug in the film maybe where we were finding ice rod in TR constantly, and then the devs were like, you're just confirmation biasing it, and so we generated like 100 seeds, and ice rod was in Turtle Rock in 25% of them. And I'm like, oh, okay,
A little
take
high.
a look at this. This was years ago though, but sometimes I think about that version and wonder if you always have to wonder if like one of those bugs is peeking its head through every time you're looking for that ice rod.
Yeah, no, those massive seed generation stats, like, things are actually really fun. Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Sorry, this is something that I'm curious about. Like, obviously we know the mirrors as comms, as viewers, etc. But I don't understand why Gamma's dodging Skullwoods, knowing there's nothing there.
He might be trying to save it. Nah, that doesn't make sense either.
I don't know. It's like a super fast dungeon. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say he has the flute too. He can literally just fly there.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I know that we understand that there's a super important item,
yeah,
but I don't get it.
This has got to be a situation where he's like, maybe Tam put off Ice Palace. Ice Palace has more items than Skullwoods. Yeah, I don't see a great reason to not do Skullwoods.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Yeah. That's why I'm a little confused. It's like he's been doing like
because we know
crazy amount of like worthless overworld for the last like 10 minutes instead of just beating crystals.
Like, especially because we know he knows there's another item there. So
yep.
And you have to do it.
And most likely he knows that it's on Moth, right? Because of keys. And he got the big key in the front too. So.
Yeah, it's either Moth or the chest.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And he didn't do the glitch or whatever to get it here. Sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna say I can't remember what the key layout was, but I think he found all the Skullwoods keys. So yeah, I think it has to.
Yeah, I think the most important thing was that he found the big key in the front. So regardless, you beat Moth. If it's not the item, then you do the rich chest, right?
Yeah. In a vacuum, obviously, it doesn't really matter that much because he has to do both of these, but you could potentially be saving yourself an Ice Palace full clear.
Yeah, where does Tam go? What? What is this?
The compass room?
Tam never got the big key of GT.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's right. I forgot it was on the right side.
Because Tam knows it's...
Yeah. Yeah, he just didn't do it. Makes sense.
Good. So... It's the big key. Tam knows the hookshot can't be there and doesn't really care about anything else, so they're climbing.
I bet Mitts have been sitting in the hookshot cave this entire time. Which actually,
I guess Swamp is like open. No, it's not. It is. Yeah, because the lamp. Yeah.
Yeah. What happens if you have the Mitts and you find another progressive glove? I don't actually know.
It's just the Mitts. It's just still the
Mitts. Is it the Mitts again? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, maybe it like changes it to a rupee? That wouldn't make sense.
There are some... Okay, so I know this because we did a DeviantArt thing that had stuff like this in it, but gloves stay the same. Bows, bottles, armors all turn into green rupees. And I think everything else just stays the same. So the only progressive item... Or swords also turn into green rupees. So yeah, the only progressive item that nothing happens is gloves.
Crazy. It's good that it works that way. In vanilla, if you have the mitts and you pick up another pair of gloves, like you do Thieves Town first and then you go to Desert afterwards and you open that chest, it just gives you the regular gloves and then oops. Which is
that sucks, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, which I'm sure has happened to someone running a glitch mode, just muscle memorying through Desert.
Yeah.
Grabs the torch key or the whatever, and or the big key, and it's just like, all right, let's go to the big chest, and then, well, guess I'm starting over.
Right, so Silver's time. That was a really nice fight by Gamma and Tam at the same time.
Yeah.
Double boss explosion.
Really,
It's always awesome.
Really good double hit. And there's Gamma Silvers.
Yep. So now Gamma obviously is going to go do Skull. It'd be insane not to. Get the mirror and V really feels bad, and then, well, there's left to do.
Yep. He'll have to save and quit, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
If he had gone the other way, he wouldn't have had to. But that's how it is. Although, given the fact that he just gave up on Skull and went to Ice, maybe he'll just go straight to Swamp.
He's on the mountain.
Nope, he's flute. No, he's
Oh,
flute.
he's got a flute. I forgot he got the flute. Yeah. Okay, here's the Skull.
Here's Skull. So he's going to find his mirror. He's going to go, well, this is worthless.
I've already done Ice and Laser Bridge. I don't care.
Although maybe he will go right to the one check that requires mirror.
Do you know? That's actually not a terrible play in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, even though it's like a one-off, because like you're like, I can spend 30 seconds checking Mimic Cave.
Yeah.
Or I can full clear Pendant Swamp Palace that I have to open and flood the dam and do a save and quit for.
Right. And the only thing I found in the progression chain is the mirror recently. Because he hasn't, like, realistically hasn't found anything. I'm trying to think, actually. Yeah, so Swamp's not in Palace of the... Swamp, sorry. Ice is not in Palace of the Myths, so both of our bows are still not logic without either the hookshot or the myths. It's kind of weird, but... Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. So close. That was like 4 or 5 pixels left for Tam.
Yep, rough day for hovering for Tam. But he has
Yeah.
plenty... I'm sure he's super nervous right now, because who wouldn't be,
yeah.
but he has plenty of time. So if he knew how much of a lead he had right now, I think he'd probably just pause the game and go make some coffee.
or run the NMGC to hover Ganon to
boot
practice
up
hovering.
boot up the crack heck. Just do some reps, but yeah, I've been in this exact situation. You have hella nerves. It gets to the point where you're like deciding, should I just kill Moldorm?
He's going for the bounce. Yeah. I would say this is the 2C setup I've seen.
It would be heartbreaking if he runs out of bombs or something, decides like he's just not nailing these hovers and leaves to look for the hook shot.
Well, yeah, there was like I said, like 4 or 5 frames left that could have made it. It's just like, oh, my hands are done. I can't hover.
Yeah.
Let's just Molder mounts, and then so there's the mirror for Gammachuu, by the way. Oof, that's a really rough Molder pattern for bouncing. Yep, I was gonna say it's not gonna work. He's got to go left first and then right in order to get it. There's left.
Funnily enough, if
there's right now, there we go. Good. Alright, we're good. This will be easy. This will 100% work. Okay. They got all the setup they needed from the left and the right part. This is like surprisingly consistent. The only problem, so Moldorm's moving up, which is what you want. As long as it doesn't turn right immediately here, which
even if it does turn right. I mean, we saw the 1 seed, right? With I forget who it was, but someone like just Moldorm is literally on top of them, bouncing off the bottom. Yeah. Just so many throws. Oh, nice. There we go. Perfect.
Oh, Gamma's not. No, Gamma did Skull.
Yeah, he did Skull Woods. He's going to Hyrule Castle. Makes sense. If he had booked it immediately to Mimic Cave, he'd still be like 8 minutes behind. Unfortunately, but
hey, kind of who likes the hover seed, ice rod hunt, plant bliss? I don't know. There's kind of a lot of memes in this seed, but that's kind of the name of this mode sometimes.
Yeah. Obviously, Gamma missing out on the mirror for so long and missing the ice rod is bad, but I think this is a good example of execution advantage in a glitch seed. I would say not that Gamma really struggled on any clips, but I would say Tam did most clips much faster. Like we did see Gamma having to reset a few times on some of the boots clips, especially the hair clip when he was getting bouldered, stuff like that. And it's surprising how much that adds up. Like,
oh yeah,
it's not easy
and
to
especially
do.
especially on a reset, you just lost like 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like 2 to 3 minutes of Tam's advantage is just purely from doing clips faster.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Gaining time. It's a good time for HMG has a huge variance sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like there's also some there's like the short seeds which are like 110 or lower. There's obviously some long seeds which are like 130, 140. But even the short seeds, at some point it feels like, you know, you're just like, man, this is taking so long. I've been looking for one item for 40 minutes. And then you look at the timer and it's like 41 minutes. It's like, oh, okay. It's just how it is sometimes when so much of the game is open.
Oh,
it reminds me a lot of oh, nice. It reminds me a lot of Inverted, actually. Inverted has, I wouldn't say that problem, but it has that feeling too, because there's so much in the light world. By the time you get to the light world in Inverted, you need like 1 or 2 items, and there's like 100 checks. And it's like, okay. Oh, particle smiths, but that's okay.
Actually, wait,
setup.
I want to say, but it's fine.
Yeah,
I
think if he had hit it there, he would have been able to double off of it. Again, it should have been close enough, but either way, it works out fine. GG's to Tam.
Get your GG in the chat with Tam finishing in first place with a 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 28 seconds.
Very, very respectable time, especially on an Ice Rod hunt. Unfortunately, Gammachuu just lost 10 minutes to Spike Cave spin speed. It happens.
And Gammachuu does forfeit soon after, so get your GGs in chat as well for Gammachuu. Let's see. Someone want to come in and have a chat.
In case anyone's wondering, I'm allowed to give Gamma crap because every time he races, he tells me to take notes.
Yeah. And real quick, while we're here, I don't think we've done so yet, but quick shout outs to our tracker, Other Tom, for helping us keep us straight in this race.
Yep.
It's a lot harder to follow these things without something.
Exactly. Hello, Gammachuu.
Hello.
Hello. GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, I saw you were chatting a bit with Tam in there.
That was never going to happen. That was just going to be a last okay.
As soon as Tam found him, we were kind of... Unfortunately, you were already like 2 crystals behind at that point, and it just kind of sealed the deal. That's
we're also joined by our winner, Tam, here today. So, GG's, Tam.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
GG's, Tam.
So I think, real quick, before we get super into it, I want to call out something that we saw that changed a lot of the second half of the seed that happened very early. Was Tam duped the glove on Upper Cave and led them to the vote, which didn't really do much except said, hey, we can do a bunch of crystals until we can't.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I kind of realized at some point with the booger blind ice almost that, I mean, that one was accessible, but it's really awkward. And like having the iceberg just made everything super sweet. As well as not being punished for skipping iced tea. That also felt pretty good. But yeah, I mean, the glove dupe is the glove is surprisingly a useful dupe. And that check in particular is the easiest dupe, so just did it.
Yeah, getting that early is huge. It simplifies a lot. Ended up getting the flute too, but at that point, it was activating it was kind of a toss-up because all it would have really helped you with was Meyer, but you almost had like the dream set up there, the dupe glove and an early flute.
I thought about doing it on the way to Skullwoods, but in the end I decided like glitch mode, flute bad.
Yeah, we one thing I did want to ask is we were kind of debating on what you were going to be doing after you were done your 6 crystals. You got the mirror. You pretty quickly went to, after like Hyrule Castle and stuff, you ended up going to Mimic Cave to go back and clear that with your like swamp. Were you just trying to avoid swamp entirely, or just trying to like hedge your bets against the last locate of Mimic Cave?
I wasn't really sure how to approach swamp. I think I was probably gonna end up in there pretty soon. The GT or TR Mimic Cave thing was like kind of, I was like a mess. I was like full of nerves, and when I went in TR, I was like, okay, did I get all the items or not? And I checked my menu. I was like, okay, well, I don't have map and compass, which means I probably got all the items. And then later on, I realized that I was probably wrong, and that I really didn't want to lose to just something stupid like that. So I went back to TR and obviously got mega bailed out for it. But I also kind of thought that like Mimic Cave and Big Chest is like almost separate from the rest of TR, so like I kind of wanted to go there anyway, regardless of whether I got all the items in TR or not. But I mean, Swamp is like awful without the hookshot. It's just, even with the few kind of checks left, I don't want to go to Swamp, especially because I didn't have the Hero Big to potentially do the big chest with. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. I think I might have gone to Eastern, but it was the kind of situation where whichever one I ended up in, I was going to feel bad about.
Yeah, for sure. I fully expect that Swamp and Eastern probably had the hookshot in the midst. I guess there wasn't really anywhere else that they could be at that point. Gamma, on your side, I guess, big question for you. You're 0 for 2 Spike Cave spin clips. What's going on there?
I guess that's when it just starts to fail on me. I don't know. I guess me and Spike Cave just don't have a good thing going on right now.
I was wondering for a second there, maybe you were doing it on
got
purpose.
so frustrated, and I'm so done trying to pull this garbage off. So I just walked out of there afterward, and like, I don't care. I have bottles.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, me and spin speeds in general, it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, other than the mid stoop changing the mid game routing a bit, you two were mostly doing the same stuff. Tam obviously did Skullwoods before TR, before going back to TR, and so had the mirror. But honestly, it's just that efficiency really kind of.
I was gonna
ahead check to check, so despite doing the same things, you were kind of unfortunately slowly falling a little bit behind. Crystal count.
I already had dipped Skullwoods earlier, so I got in one item out of it, and I'm like, well, at this point, I'm just not gonna bother until I could combo this with TR and Skullwoods, but obviously that wasn't possible here.
Okay, yeah, no, we were kind of wondering about like why not just beat it at some point, but I didn't even think about the combo of you beat Trinex, then you get warped to the front, then you can do the clip to get to Skullwoods.
Yeah.
Yep, that's basically what Tam did. Although I think when Gamma was up there the first time, he did not have the Fire Rod yet. So
no, Fire Rod was in GT.
Tower Room. Yep.
Yeah, I put off
Tower Room.
Dark Death Mountain forever. Oh yeah, I like when I was in GT, I completely blanked on doing the right side, and then I later on I talked myself into having done it intentionally, because I was like, well, it's hookshot unlocked, I'll just come back and like climb with the hookshot or something. But I was like super gonna lose if the ice rod was there. So.
Yeah, we were wondering because it was hookshot locked, I believe. So we thought
Yeah.
maybe you skipped it on purpose, but obviously you had to go back to the big key anyway. So
Yeah, I was kind of like, if it's Ice Rod, I'm super busted. In any other situation, it's fine to just leave it. So
yeah,
it wasn't like the
Yeah.
worst, but I think it was kind of conceptually wrong because all my next plays sucked. So
Well, you got to hover early on. I'm trying to remember. I forget where, but it was like I was commenting to Zero Rush that it's like, oh, I think this is Tam warming up, knowing that GT5 might be a thing, or Molar Buffer might be a thing. But then
Yeah.
you missed a couple later, and it was kind of like, oh, you know what, screw this.
I did hookshot
Yeah.
cave and fell like 1 pixel short of the chests. But I mean, if I had gotten the first hover, I was not going to get the second one. I'm not like a super good hoverer. I almost got the Molon 2-1 pretty quickly, but I was going to fail like 2 or 3 times and then just give up and do Molon bounce.
yeah. Plus, we were commenting a bit. It's probably found your ice rod and mimic cave kind of relatively late. Like there wasn't much left at that point, and yours was probably going crazy. But you were a good. Even if Gamma had booked it to ice rod, like as soon as he got that mirror, I would say you were a try next plus a GT climb ahead. So
Yeah.
obviously no way to know it at the time, but you had a pretty comfy lead to take
Yeah,
your
I had
time
kind
doing
of
the bounce.
Zero said it was coffee time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd kind of forgotten that about the mirror, so I was like, I didn't really consider that you could go into Total Rock without it, but that obviously was a possibility. If I had thought about that, I definitely would have been feeling a little more confident. As it was, 0 confidence. It was like I was all doom and gloom. I was like, why did I go to escape? Why did I blah blah blah?
What? I want this lamp.
Yeah, sure.
One more thing I wanted to ask Gamma. The sword on Zora Ledge. We saw you did the swim clip to Pyramid. So we know you learned it. Were you considering trying it at that ledge, or just was it like, I haven't done this before in this method, might as well not even try and, potentially lose a bunch of time screwing it up or something like that?
There's a swim clip for Zora Ledge.
Yeah, any slope you can swim clip off of. So when you're water walking and you grab the item off of Sora, it'll put you in swim state, and then you just swim down there and to any ledge really in that general vicinity. I think Tam did it off the ledge south of Zora, but yeah, you just kind of activate the clip and get up on the side and walk around.
It's
the
like
first-
super awkward because the Zoras are shooting at you, and there's
Yeah.
like very little reason to practice it. So
Yeah,
it's-
I was not gonna bother with that. I don't want to deal with Zoras, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna come back, grab the powder. I
Yeah.
already spent my rupees on it.
Makes sense. I mean, you ended with tempered anyway, regardless, so it didn't really matter. But we were wondering there for a bit if that would, because at that point you didn't have a sword yet at all. I don't think.
No.
So we were wondering if that maybe would have come into play, but then immediately after Tam found the sword in chess game, so we knew there was another one coming your way. You were like right behind him at that point. Yeah, so I guess to wrap this up really quick, Tam moving on to play the winner of Skelly and someone in the next round of the winners bracket, and Gamma, I believe, doesn't have a match for
A while.
a couple weeks.
I'm
Yeah,
good
right.
with that.
Yeah.
yeah, we
So
did
you can
this
go
while-
practice your fun clips.
Yeah, plenty of time to get used to the new ROM, potentially, if it passes.
Yeah, I was
so.
gonna say that. I was kind of worried about having to race on that today. Not like super worried, but I was like so eager to get this scheduled, and then I realized that both of us kind of had a break because we're kind of ahead of schedule. But
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It looks like September 9th is the potential first date that Gammachuu would have a match. It would be. Yeah, there's too many people to name. Forget it.
yeah,
But if Gamma, if you win out in your side of the bracket, and I went out in my side of the bracket. We're going to be playing.
I'm
in
not
the
worried
loser
about
bracket
you.
Finals.
That's
worried
what my prediction said. My prediction puts you guys both in the top of the loser bracket. So you know what?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for both of you, even though I'm part of that chain.
That sounds good.
Yep. Can't wait. Yeah, so I guess any final thoughts before we close things up here?
Just again, GG's to 10. Good luck to you in the next rounds, and thanks for everybody putting up the doing restream comms and tracking. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm
Oh.
looking forward to the damage that Gamma's gonna wreak on the lower bracket. So, this was like such a scary matchup. So
For sure. Yeah, good games again. Thank you once again to our tracker Other Tom, my co-com Homemade Beer, and also our restreamer Homemade Beer.
Yeah, thanks for calming as well, and anything else that everyone reiterated. I saw this was going on about half an hour before the start. I was like, hey, I'm free tonight. Let's do this. Sounds fun.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we will sign off here then. I don't think we have any more matches for tonight. There is one at 2 in the morning East if you want to stay up for that. But other than that, stay tuned on the schedule for anything else that comes up.